Blog Talk Radio.
Good Monday evening. It's your host, Eugene Rowe, on the Homba Biz radio show. Homba Biz, the best broadcast for the home-based business owner. Tonight's show is entitled Ice Cream and Eye Candy. Two young, very wonderful female entrepreneurs. Later on in the show, we talk to Lindsay Wheeler of an entirely college student-run ice cream truck business out of Wilton, Connecticut. She's going to tell us how the net proceeds go toward helping with her partner's college experience. All right, right now on the phone, I have Yolanda Gayle. She's the owner of ID Beauty in Atlanta, Georgia, and when I tell you, this lady can do some makeup. I'm not even a woman. I know she can do a makeup because I saw her face and it was flawless. Yolanda, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You're like the first fashion guru we've had on the Homba Biz radio show. Tell us a little bit about, one, how you got started.
Well, my business is called ID Beauty. It was originally called ID Beauty Makeup Artistry because I am a makeup artist. So that's pretty much the basis of my business. But right now I'm transitioning into just ID Beauty because I'm trying to expand my brand and to include more things that just identifies the beauty of a woman. So pretty much how I got started, I always had a fascination with skin care because I have eczema. And a lot of people, when they see my skin or they see my face, they can't believe I have eczema and I have acne really bad. So growing up, I always try to find home remedies to kind of like help, fix my skin or clear it up a little bit. And that just kind of grew into getting involved into makeup and just enjoying makeup and just learning different concepts about it that got me here today. So where I'm at right now.
Now, I know that you're in Atlanta, Georgia-based, but is that where you started your business?
No, I actually started back in Tallahassee, Florida. I went to Florida A&M University, where I got my bachelor's in healthcare administration, and I also got my master's there from there in health administration as well. But it started in Tallahassee, and it actually started when I worked at the clinique counter. I had a coworker of mine. She had a modeling agency. And that's where it kind of just, the thought of starting the business started because she wanted someone to do the makeup for her models. And I went in, did the makeup for her models, and then after that it just kind of kept going until I evolved and said, hey, you know what, I'm ready to start a business doing freelance makeup.
Wow, just like that. I mean, no necessarily long amount of time in school, just say, hey, this is something I want to do, and you just went for it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, of course I was still working a full-time job, but it was also something when you have a passion for something, you just kind of want to get in there and you want to do it. You learn the concepts behind it, you learn the business part behind it, and you just have to jump in there and just have faith and try it out.
Now, I got to ask you, because you mentioned that you have a master's in healthcare admin. That is a long way from makeup, beauty, and maybe in my mind it is a long way, but when you were going to college, did you just take that master's knowing that you would be doing something eventually other than that, or how'd you separate from the master's to the business?
Truth be told, I have two passions. When I started college, I didn't have a major. My sister actually helped me develop a major. I started off in general studies, and I always just wanted to help people. My mom's a person, she always helps and gives back to people in our family and in the community, and so is my dad. So with that being said and being brought up like that where you're always giving to somebody else when you necessarily don't want to, I always had a passion for healthcare because health in my family, I'm more so like a typical black family. We have the diabetes, we have high blood pressure. I mean, we even had some other things such as cancer in my family. So I always was involved in health and trying to help back. And I mean, growing up, I wanted to be a surgeon, truth be told. I was like, I'm going to be a doctor, But I just can't stomach the clinical side of it. So with that being said, I still have a passion for healthcare, truth be told, because you can have your own business in healthcare as well. You know, eventually down the line, that's what I would like to get to. But I do have a passion for healthcare, a true, honest passion for it, because it's just like when you see actors get involved in politics, it's kind of like the same thing with me. You can be beauty and brains, but you can also have that background, that educational background, so that if you want to take a different avenue, you can.
Now, when I originally asked you how you got started, you mentioned something about eczema. Tell us what eczema is, and what is that?
Well, eczema is I'm not a doctor, so don't quote me, but for me, my eczema is different levels to it. My eczema, my skin dries out in different seasons. Actually, when I moved from Florida to Georgia, my skin kind of like freaked out because in Florida, there's more humidity, and in Georgia, it's just dry heat. So my skin kind of reacted differently. And then every year, it kind of moved. Growing up, it was on the back of my kneecaps and my elbows. But as I've gotten older, it moves. It may go to my neck. It may go behind my ear. It may show up on my elbows again. So it's just it's a skin condition that a lot of people have, and it's very common. But for me, mine is not so severe where I have to take, any pills or anything. I just take topical ointments, and that's pretty much it.
Now, when you were going to start your makeup business, did you have that in the back of your mind, and did you have any doubt that maybe that would hold you back?
No, because you know what? Having skin conditions is the best thing, because working at Clinique and then starting my own business, makeup artists and hairstylists, we're all the same. When somebody sits in your chair, you become that counselor. And when clients find out I have eczema and they find out I have acne, they can't believe me. They're like, no, you don't. I'm like, listen, trust me and believe me. So it's a conversation starter, but it also helps another woman to realize, like, hey, she has the same thing I have. So, it is possible to get it under control. And, as women, we love to learn from each other. So it's a plus in my book. I don't hate it, actually, because it actually kind of, it helps me out a little bit as well.
I like the way you had something to overcome and you overcame it, and you didn't let it stop you in starting your business. So many people are starting a business. I mean, a hangnail will keep them from going into the office that day. And when you're talking about a home-based business, if you can't make it to the kitchen office, you're pretty bad,
Right.
Now, since your business, ID Beauty, is, makeup is a beauty business, please school the people like me who are listening right now. What's the difference between skincare and cosmetics?
Okay, well, skincare is your natural regimen of washing your face, using a toner, and using moisturizers that are pertaining to your skin. One thing that I absolutely love is the education behind it. I'm an education guru. I will find something and I will research the heck out of it to know what it's really about. And that's what I tell every client that sits in my chair. I let them know that skincare is, your skin is not beautiful based on the cosmetics or the makeup products that you use. It's actually based on the skincare that you use. So if you ever go to a makeup counter, you want to take a look, they'll have it divided. If you want a department store, they will have your actual skincare section, which, like I said, facial washes, moisturizers, toners, things of that nature. And then when you actually go to another side of the counter, they will have your makeup application products, which is your foundations, concealers, your lipsticks, your lip liners, lip gloss, eyeshadow, things of that nature. So skincare is actually taking care of your skin with no makeup involved. And your cosmetics consist of just having your makeup products, which is the foundations and those things that I listed.
See, I'm 37. I've been in the dark about that for about 37 years now. So, but thanks for bringing that to the light.
I'm more than welcome. You're more than welcome.
When I met you, and we actually met at a networking mixer, I really liked your personality, and I figured that you were a great networker, a great marketer. With your business, let's kind of switch into the marketing mode. Tell us a little bit about how you market your business and get literally your face out there.
Well, when I was in Tallahassee, it was a little bit different because I already had a face of people that I knew. And starting out freelancing, you just get gigs after you meet people. And I knew a network of makeup artists there, so we kind of worked together. We worked shows together. If they had a job and I couldn't take, I referred them and vice versa. So we kind of knew each other, and we met each other that way at different events. So that was one way of getting business. I also a friend of mine, her aunt actually opened up a shoe store, and I rented out the side and ran a makeup bar in there. So we did, of course, radio ads, word of mouth. She already had a client base, so our client base kind of, bounced off of each other because we was located in the same store. But I use Facebook, I use Twitter, I use social media, everything you think of, emails, pretty much everything you think of. I made flyers myself instead of paying somebody to do them. We did flyers together. So we kind of did different things, and I also have a bridal video that I have made as well from a wedding that I did just to advertise, ID Beauty as a whole. So those are some of the things that I use. Now that I moved to a new city, it's very, very different. Everybody here is a makeup artist. So the market is saturated. I promise you, it's saturated with a lot of makeup artists. You have your hairstylist doing makeup artists, and it's a bigger city. But luckily, I have been blessed to work at the Garner Brothers Hair Show that just passed this February from a friend of mine that actually has her own modeling agency. And then I also been able to, I have another photo shoot event coming up with a friend of mine that moved up here years ago, but now she's starting her own clothing line, and so she's getting ready to do her website photo shoot, so I'm working with her on that. And then also just word of mouth. I know another makeup artist. She is fabulous at what she does. She couldn't make it up here for an event, and she referred me to that. So it's kind of like word of mouth and just getting out there. People I know, somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody has been referring me, but I am looking into other avenues and the ways to get my name out there.
It sounds like, when it comes to you in marketing, I won't even name all the channels. The word that comes to mind is hustle. It sounds like you're just out there doing what you got to do to make some money.
Yeah, I do. Because, honestly, if you met my family, when my boyfriend met my family, he was like, I see why you have it in you. From my dad has his own shop down in Jacksonville, Esquire Barber and Beauty, and he's had that since I've known him. My mom is an awesome cook. She never started a catering business, but she had me at the age of 9 selling cakes and pies in the neighborhood. So when I say it's in my blood, all my sisters are very talented with their hands. I have a sister that's awesome at doing hair, and I have another sister awesome at making jewelry. So with all that said, it's just in us to do it. So that's, my background and where I come from.
Cool. Let's take a quick break. Yolanda Gayle, ID Beauty, right here on the Home of Biz radio show. We'll be right back.
Homba Biz Radio.
Here's the deal. Let's drop a couple of ideas that people can take right away.
The best broadcast for the home-based business owner.
Some think that just having a website on the internet is enough to bring attention to your business.
Homba Biz is short for home-based business.
Women not leaning in or sitting at the table, they're not even walking in the room.
Like us on Facebook.
The number of people who could help you have a really significant impact in terms of your business, your wealth creation, is a lot smaller than we think it is.
Visit hombabiz.com and click the like button at the bottom right.
And then once I realized how much time I was actually investing in other people, I said, okay, something has got to give.
Homba Biz Radio.
Absolutely, and then you guys all too.
The best broadcast for the home-based business owner.
So we are back with Yolanda Gayle with ID Beauty on the Homba Biz radio show. It's your host, Eugene Rowe. Yolanda's been talking to us about marketing, how she got started, and what I want to ask you is about some of the obstacles that were laid in your way. What's the biggest obstacle that you had to overcome when getting your business up and running?
Well, since I run a makeup business, the main thing is my services. My services are driven off of people, and I have to provide a service that they like. And when it comes to a woman, your look is everything. When you go get your hair done, it has to be right. So when you get your makeup done, it's the same way. So when a person sits in my chair, I have to see their vision and they have to see mine. They have to entrust me that I'm going to give them the makeup look that they want, but then also something, they're proud and confident to wear around. And that's one of the challenges any makeup artist can deal with, because you have women that will come sit here and share that, hey, I don't normally wear makeup, so it may be too much what I do, so I have to tone my techniques down some. Or maybe somebody who comes in and they want it over dramatic. So that's just one of the challenges that is not a bad challenge. It's a good one to have, because you're always going to challenge yourself, or I challenge myself, to step outside the box to do something different, but when I do it, to execute it right. So whenever I have a client, they tell me a look they're going for, I'll go do the look on them. I come home and practice on myself that look and find different ways to perfect it. So when I go back, I know exactly what I'm doing, get into the flow of things, we don't waste any time, and that I execute the look that they want the best. So that's one of the major challenges I think any makeup artist could say that they would go through, and I know personally I would go through, is just making sure that, you know, you perform the way that your client wants you to. And 9 times out of 10, if you're really good at what you do, you knock it out, you really have no issues, but you do come across those who like,